Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hey, what's up, everybody? Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay. Greeting, fellow YouTubers and YouTubettes. This is your pal? Is your boy Marcus here? But well, I would like to tell you guys something. Have you ever deal with any people who been spending all their life trying to put you down? Like when you're doing, when it when they're trying to. What I'm trying to say is, have you ever been hanging out with people, wasting your time hanging out with people who don't really like you and who don't really care about you? Well, I'm gonna give you some advice about that. Well, whenever you hang out with toxic people, you know, they're kind of a waste of time. So I would say don't waste your time on hanging out with toxic people. Like, you were over there, you've been wasting your time trying to impress people who don't really like you and who don't really care about you. You see, this is why you don't this is why be careful. This is why you gotta be careful of hanging with people of who you call friends. Because not everybody in the world you see is gonna be your friend. And not everybody in this and not everybody in, in this society is gonna care about you. Yes, you're gonna have lots of hates. You're gonna have lots of people saying bad things about you, but that's a part of life. But the point is that whenever a toxic person wants to be your friend, because this is what I had to learn right here. Anybody who wants to be your friend only when they needed something isn't a friend at all. Cause like this, you see, this is why I had to learn. You see, we all had to learn this way. I learned my lesson. Like there are lots of people who are toxic with me, but you know what? Till then, I'm finally wised up and cut ties with them. Sometimes you gotta learn to cut ties with people. Even cut ties with people, even with family members that you gotta cut ties with. Yes, yes, blood may be thicker than water, but it can also be very toxic. I mean, yes, but let me tell you, it's not really your fault at all. Yes, you had an argument or two, but remember, we were all, but you know what? We have been around them for a long time, and he was nothing but, you see, some of them were nothing but toxic. Cause yes, and they would have changed, and they could have changed, yes, but you see, they chose not to change, and that is entirely up to them. While the majority of people hopefully do change, and there are some out there just don't. You see, I've been waiting for them to give me a 10. What are you saying? Just listen. What topic? I said, don't waste your time hanging out with toxic people. Listen. Just listen to me. What I'm saying is that whenever you waste your time hanging out with toxic people, they're the ones who actually ruling your life. You're not just ruining your life, they're ruining your life as well. Yes, sometimes you can all take it as a lesson learned. So, well, pleased to meet you. Let me. And here's why I also said, God removes people out of your lives because he he heard something he heard them talking about you what you didn't hear, and because he knows something what you didn't hear because that's how he know that you see your toxic friend because it's hard to see who your toxic people are until you see it yourself. And yes, it's hard to really know who your toxic friends are until you see it yourself. When you cut ties with toxic people, think about it. You're like cutting branches off a tree. Like when there's like too many branches on the tree, and there's too many stuff that's growing that's not supposed to be grown. Think about it. And like this, Not you see, not everybody deserves to be in your circle. Like sometimes you're gonna have to make your circle a little shorter. That way you'll have more room. Hey, I'm a deeply closeted 5'5", 130-pound, 21-year-old guy. Want a drink? Want to get drinks? No. I don't do drinks. I'm not really a drinking type of person. But anyway, back to my subject. Cause like you see, everybody has their own true colors. Like when they show you who they really are, then you just gotta believe them the first time. So you see, I believe we all had to learn our lessons, like saying like I am a bad person, or I am not a nice guy as you think I am. But people are like, no, you're not. You just need some help. Karen, just pay attention to the subject here. Or I'm a selfish person. Yeah, but you would like just don't care about them. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time of caring about talking to people who don't really care about you. Sometimes you gotta learn to cut ties with them. Cause hey, when you cut ties with them, you actually becoming a better you. Your birthday's on July the 14th. My birthday's on August. You're selfish. You're a selfish. No, 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 no. Look, I'm not selfish, okay? I'm just putting that as an example. Look, this is just example, all right? But like I said, back to my subject though. Like sometimes you're gonna have to, sometimes you're just gonna have to learn to like split up with the person that. Sometimes you're gonna have to learn to split up with the person who don't really care about you. You know, that same thing goes with family members. You know, there are some family members out there that don't really care about you too. You know, that don't really care about you. So I was like, you know, in times I was like, I wish they could change, and I was like, I really hope they would change, but they chose not to change, and that was entirely up to them. Like I said, while the majority of people hopefully do change, and there is some out there just don't. And some of my toxic friends were one of them. Like you see, I gave them a chance, but they didn't let their bad behavior get the better of them. Therefore, they made some very bad choices. You know what? If they would have come to us and said that they were truly sorry, maybe I would have welcomed them in my circle. But they're not welcome. So the blame was all on them. So you may think but you know what? You may think it's your fault. I said, no, it's not your I was like, wait, how is it your fault? I shouldn't have never been friends with them. I said, no, 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 no. It's not your fault. Like I said, it's not really your fault. It's their fault for pushing you to their it's their fault for trying to make friends with you when they don't really care about you. Like I said, here are some signs of toxic people. Here are 5 signs of toxic people. 1, some of them are jealous of you because you're doing good. Like when you're doing good, you're actually being a better you. While them on the other hand, they live in their life miserable. 2, they decide to take you for granted. Like, you know, they always take nice people for granted. Well, yeah, I'm like a nice guy, but few of them that took me for granted. But you know what? They showed me who they really are. So, but anyway, number 3. Oh, okay. Okay, number 3. They pretended that they care about you, but they don't really care about you. and they're just trying to use you for everything. Like this, when you see them talking behind your back, well, talking about you behind your back, that's when you see what's going to happen. Like when you see who they really, when they show you who they are, they was like, when you get upset, like then just don't talk to them and just leave them alone. That's all it is. Oh, and number 4. Wait, did I do number 4? Okay, if I didn't, then number 4. They only want to see you down. Like, whenever they want to see you down, they just want you to see that. They just want you to be part. They just want you to be part of the lazy bunch. So, yep, don't say like this. Never get involved with the people who don't really like you. You see, like that? This is why I don't go into the crowd or follow the popularity. Like, you know what? If that's the way how popular kids be acting, then I don't want to be like them. Like, oh, peer pressure. Because like this, peer pressure has been around for years and years. I mean, there ain't no telling when it's, like I said, there ain't no telling when it's gonna stop. And there ain't no telling when's it gonna end. It's just gonna go around for a while. You know, when you go to peer pressure, it means that you're gonna have to cut away your good friends who support you since day one. Because one time I was a nerd. You see, back in school, I was a nerd. People always be laughing at me and people be always doubting me. But now look at me. I'm actually doing great for myself, and it's some that want to come around and get in touch with me. Oh, and number 5. Number 5 with toxic people is saying that they be thinking that you're so unworthy. Like, you know what? You're not unworthy. They are unworthy themselves. So like I said, not everything is your fault. Like I said, it's not really your fault. It's actually their fault and their ideas that got the best of it. Like this, we all gave them a chance, but they don't let their pride get the hold of them. Therefore, they be thinking that taking drugs is fun. Well, I say drugs is not really good for you. And I don't need drugs to have a good time. And neither do you. So, okay, fellow YouTubers and YouTubettes, what have you learned today? Come here, boy. Hey, Chopper. How you be, Chopper, my boy? Oh, in case y'all don't notice, this is my little pal Chopper. Yep, this is Chopper, my best pal. You see, Chopper has been my best friend since day one. Ain't that right, Chopper, my boy? Hi, Harry. How have you been? I'm doing great. I'm doing great, bro. As you can see, I got this little shirt off of Temu, and you know Chopper, and you know something, Chopper, he loves it a lot, don't you, old boy? Yep, Chopper loves it. So like this, whenever I really needed them, they never came around. Like whenever I need some toxic friends of mine, whenever I needed, no, sorry, let me just stop right there. Okay, I'm ready. Whenever I'd be doing some YouTube videos, suddenly everybody wanted to become my friends. They were cool at first until I realized what they'd be up to. So you see, I had a nickname for them. Remember them? Remember the one day when you had cooked those apples? Oh yeah, yeah, them apples were really good. There are some people who suddenly want to become my friends. Like I said, they were cool to hang out with at first until I realized what they'd be up to in life. So you see, I had a nickname for them. I call them the Snake Pit. This goes like this. When I really needed them, they were never around. After those days, I finally wised up and kicked them all to the curb. And, and here's what I also realized: I don't need, I don't need them. I don't need them to be proud of me, and I don't need them to be happy for me. But why? But why? Because, just because. Because sometimes you're gonna have to learn to let the people go. Like when you let the people go, you actually become to be a better you. Like I said, hey, don't waste your time of giving that person another chance because until they showed you who they really are. Like just cause they want to, like you see, just cause they now show you respect, like just cause now they show you some respect, doesn't change who they are, and it doesn't show them. That makes sense, right? And it doesn't change the facts of what they did to you, and it doesn't change what they have done to you also, because what they done to you, they really hurt you a lot. So like I said, stuff like this happens, like everything happens for a reason, but it's all part of a learning process, more or less. Like it's all part of life. I mean, it's a part of life, you know. Like I said, it's all part of life. It'll actually help you grow up to be a better person. And I was like, well, if that's who we really are, let's see. My friends were rude to me when I was at school before summer break. He would tell me, no one loves you, fuck you, and no one cares about you. Well, that's not really your friend. That's your so-called friends. So like I said, don't even waste your time up trying to hang out with people who don't really like you. You see, this is why you gotta be careful in the future. Be careful what kind of friends you make, and what kind of friends you be doing, and what kind of friends you be hanging out with. So that's why you gotta be careful. Yep, that's why I don't follow the crowd or follow the popularity, man. You know why? They only want to see you. They only want to see you down. But hey, look at you. Also said my life is useless. Actually, their life is more useless. Your life is a lot better than you know. Because let me tell you, God, He always closes doors for reasons, but He opened up new ones for your future. And plus, when He does, you actually thank Him for it. Because like this, it is one thing I learned that God He removes toxic people because He heard something what you didn't hear. That's why He removed them. Because like this, you may not hear Him talking behind your back, but God did. Like it's whenever you hear Him talking behind your back, that's when God decided to remove them out of your life. And you know something? I mean, like I said, it's hard to really know who your toxic people are until they show you who they really are. And I was like, oh, so that's who they really are. Okay, then I believe him. Because yeah, if there's anything that I learned in life, is that sometimes in life you gotta learn that when people And I mean, when people showed you who they really are, believe them the first time. And that's the fact. Like this from one, like one for a fact to say like I'm one for example, they've saying that I'm a bad person or I'm selfish. That's just for example for that's just example. Like I'm selfish and I'm not I'm not the nice guy who you think I am. They put it like that for example. Yeah, they put it like that because when they show you who they really are, hey, you gotta believe in the first time. Like there's no giving them a second chance or third chance. Cause like this, you actually gotta believe them who they really are. So just when they show you their true colors, like everybody has their true colors. So you see, that's what I learned right there. So you see, like okay, I was like, okay, fine, and then just go about your way. Well, guys, I think I'm about to wrap it up right here. But hey, I hope you guys learned about it. So I guess remember to subscribe, and see you. And I'll see you guys later. You, for all you future YouTubers and YouTubettes. Peace out.